This audiobook reveals the quantum law, a force that lets you shape reality with your mind. You'll discover how your thoughts and intentions influence the very fabric of existence. Unlock this hidden power and watch your life transform. The Quantum Law. Introduction. Within the fabric of existence lies a truth so fundamental, yet so frequently overlooked, that its power remains hidden from those who walk through life unaware. The quantum law, an eternal force that binds consciousness to creation, whispers its secrets to those ready to listen. You stand at the threshold of understanding that transcends the ordinary boundaries of perception. The world you observe is not the rigid, unchangeable realm it appears to be. Instead, it flows like water, responding to the subtle currents of thought and intention that ripple through the quantum field. The ancient masters understood this principle intuitively. They recognized that the universe operates not through chance, but through precise spiritual laws that mirror the dance of subatomic particles, where observation shapes reality and possibility collapses into manifestation through the power of consciousness. This knowledge has been guarded through ages, passed from master to student in whispered tones and sacred texts. Now, as science and spirituality converge, these timeless truths emerge anew, validated by the discoveries of quantum physics. The universe reveals itself as a vast ocean of potential, waiting to be shaped by the power of focused intention. You possess this power, this ability to influence the very fabric of reality through your thoughts, beliefs, and conscious awareness. Every moment of every day, you participate in this quantum dance, though you may not yet realize the extent of your creative force. The veil between what is and what could be grows thin for those who understand these principles. Reality itself becomes fluid, responsive to the frequency of your inner state. This is not mere metaphor or poetic license. It is the fundamental nature of existence, confirmed by both ancient wisdom and modern science. As you step into this knowledge, you begin a journey that will transform your understanding of what is possible. The quantum law awaits your recognition, ready to reveal its mysteries to those who approach with an open mind and willing spirit. Part 1. Awakening to the Quantum Field. Chapter 1. The Hidden Mechanics of Reality. In the time before time was measured, there lived a mystic in a mountain sanctuary. Each dawn he would sit beneath an ancient cedar tree, eyes closed in meditation. One morning, as the first rays of sunlight touched his face, his inner vision opened to reveal something extraordinary. Countless golden threads, finer than silk, connecting every blade of grass, every stone, every breath of wind. These threads pulsed with light, responding to his very thoughts. As he watched in wonder, he saw how his own consciousness sent ripples through this invisible web, causing subtle shifts in the world around him. The fabric of reality is not what it seems. Like the mystic's vision, the universe operates on principles far more intricate than what meets the eye. The quantum law reveals that all of creation exists as an infinite field of possibility, waiting to be shaped by consciousness. Every thought you hold, every emotion you feel, sends waves through this quantum field, attracting corresponding experiences into your reality. This universal web responds not to what you say you want, but to the deepest frequencies of your being. Your thoughts and beliefs act as subtle forces, gently nudging the threads of creation into new patterns. Nothing exists in isolation. Each particle of existence remains forever connected to the whole, dancing in response to the music of consciousness. In a distant valley lived a farmer who struggled year after year with poor harvests. He believed the soil was cursed, that nature itself had turned against him. One day, while digging in his field, he unearthed an unusual crystal. As he held it to the light, something shifted in his perception. He began to see how his belief in scarcity had manifested in his crops. With this realization, he changed his approach. Instead of fighting against the land, he began to work in harmony with it, holding thoughts of abundance and gratitude. Gradually, his fields transformed, yielding harvests more bountiful than any in memory. Like this farmer, you create your reality through your perceptions and beliefs. The crystal served as a tool to awaken his awareness, but the power had always resided within him. Your world mirrors back to you the contents of your consciousness, responding to your deepest held truths about what is possible. Now I offer you a transformative ritual of profound significance, an ancient practice passed down through generations of seekers called the Mirror of Consciousness. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing your awareness to settle into the present moment. Now, imagine your consciousness as a clear pool of water, reflecting everything in your life. Observe without judgment how your thoughts and beliefs ripple through this pool, creating patterns in your experience. Open your eyes and look around you. See your environment as a reflection of your inner state. Notice how each object, each circumstance, connects to your consciousness. Spend several minutes in this state of aware observation, recognizing that what you see is not separate from who you are. Practice this observation throughout your day, remembering that you walk through a living mirror of your own consciousness. This simple practice begins your journey into conscious creation through the quantum law. Chapter 2. The Observer Effect. In the mist-shrouded mountains of the East, a young seer named Amara spent her days watching the patterns of nature unfold. One morning, as she observed a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis, she noticed something extraordinary. When she focused her attention with gentle curiosity, the butterfly emerged with ease. Yet when her mind filled with worry about its struggle, the butterfly's movements became labored. Through this simple observation, Amara discovered a truth that would transform her understanding. The very act of watching altered what she witnessed. You possess this same power of observation, though you may not yet recognize its full scope. The ancient masters knew what modern quantum physics now confirms. The observer and the observed are inextricably linked. Your consciousness does not merely witness reality. It participates in its creation. When you direct your attention toward any aspect of your life, you engage with forces more subtle than physical matter. Your focused awareness acts as a gentle hand, shaping the quantum field of infinite possibility into tangible form. This is not mere metaphor, but a fundamental law of existence that operates whether you recognize it or not. Think of your consciousness as a beam of light in a vast dark room. Whatever this beam touches becomes illuminated, taking shape and form in your experience. Where you choose to shine this light determines what manifests in your visible world. In a village renowned for its exquisite pottery lived a master craftsman named Wei. Unlike other artisans who worked only with their hands, Wei understood a deeper secret. Before touching the clay, he would sit in silence, holding in his mind's eye the perfect image of what he intended to create. Other craftsmen marveled at how the clay seemed to flow effortlessly into form beneath his fingers. "The vessel already exists within the clay," Wei would say. "I simply observe it into being." Wei's wisdom reveals a truth about your own creative power. Like the master craftsman, you shape your experiences through the quality of your observation. Your expectations, beliefs, and focused attention mold the raw material of possibility into the tangible circumstances of your life. Now I share with you an ancient practice known as the Creator's Vision. Find a quiet space and assume a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, allowing your mind to settle into stillness. Imagine before you a screen of pure white light. This is the canvas of creation. Begin to paint upon this canvas the reality you wish to experience, not as a future possibility, but as a present fact. See yourself already living within this desired circumstance. Notice the colors, sounds, and sensations. Feel the emotions that arise from having already received what you desire. Most crucial is this: observe your vision with the same certainty with which you observe the chair you're sitting on or the air you're breathing. Hold this vision with unwavering attention for several minutes, knowing that through your focused observation, you engage the very forces that shape reality. Practice this visualization daily, preferably at dawn or dusk, when the veils between possibility and manifestation grow thin. Remember, you are not merely imagining, you are observing into being that which already exists in potential form. Chapter 3. The Universe Within. In the highest peaks of the Himalayas, where the air grows thin and wisdom flows like mountain streams, lived a sage named Vasudev. Each dawn, he would sit in meditation, journeying not outward but inward. One morning, as he descended deeper into his heart's sanctuary, he discovered something remarkable. Within his own being lay entire worlds, each pulsing with untold possibility. You too carry these infinite worlds within. The boundaries you perceive are merely illusions, temporary limitations placed upon the boundless ocean of potential that flows through your being. The ancient texts speak of this truth. You are not a drop in the ocean, but the ocean in a drop. Within your consciousness resides every possibility that has ever existed or will exist. You are the living embodiment of creation itself, containing the seeds of countless realities waiting to sprout into manifestation. Just as a single atom contains enough energy to power cities, your spirit holds enough creative force to reshape entire worlds. This power does not come from learning or acquiring. It emerges through remembering what you have always been. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has placed within you a spark of its own creative essence. This spark contains all possibilities, all potentials, all that could ever be. In the bustling markets of ancient Baghdad lived a merchant named Karim, who felt an inexplicable yearning for something more. One night, in a dream, he found himself walking through an endless series of doors, each opening into a new chamber within his own heart. In one chamber he was a master musician whose melodies moved mountains. In another, he spoke languages unknown to mortal ears. Each door revealed another facet of his infinite nature. When Karim awoke, he understood that these were not mere dreams, but glimpses of the limitless potential residing within him. The chambers he explored were reflections of your own inner vastness, waiting to be discovered. Now I share with you a sacred practice passed down through generations of mystics. The gateway to infinite self. Find a peaceful space where you will remain undisturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Allow your breath to become smooth and rhythmic. Imagine descending a spiral staircase deep within your heart. With each step, you move closer to your core essence. At the bottom, you find a door radiating soft golden light. As you open this door, ask yourself with genuine curiosity, what infinite possibilities lie within me? Let the question echo through the chambers of your being. Do not grasp for answers. Simply remain open and receptive. Notice what images, feelings, or knowings arise. Some may appear as whispers, others as vivid visions. All are glimpses of your unlimited potential. Stay with this practice for as long as feels natural, knowing that each time you return, new dimensions of your infinite nature will reveal themselves. Chapter 4, Energy, Frequency, and Vibration. In a village snuggled among rolling hills, there lived a musician named Ibrahim, who played an ancient stringed instrument passed down through generations. The village had fallen into discord, with neighbors quarreling and gardens withering under the weight of bitter thoughts. Each evening, Ibrahim would climb to the highest point of the village and begin to play. His melodies carried on the wind, weaving through windows and under doors, touching hearts that had grown hard with worry. As his music filled the air, a transformation began. First, the children stopped their fighting to listen. Then, the adults found their angry words dissolving into silence. Within months, the village bloomed anew, gardens flourishing as hearts opened to harmony once more. You exist within a universe of vibration. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every emotion you feel resonates at a specific frequency. These frequencies are not abstract concepts. They are the very fabric of creation itself. The ancient masters understood this fundamental truth. The universe speaks in the language of vibration. Just as a crystal glass shatters when met with its exact resonant frequency, your reality shifts when you align your personal vibration with the frequency of your desires. This is not metaphor, but the precise mechanism by which manifestation occurs. Your thoughts and feelings emit specific energetic signatures that the universe recognizes and responds to with mathematical precision. When you exist in a state of lack, you vibrate at the frequency of absence. When you cultivate gratitude and abundance in your heart, you naturally rise to the frequency of prosperity. This is why the wise ones taught that joy attracts joy and peace attracts peace. Like attracts like, not by chance, but by universal law. In the mountains of Tibet there lived a healer named Tenzin, who worked not with herbs or needles, but with pure sound. Those who came to him carried ailments of body and spirit. Tenzin would listen deeply, not just to their words, but to the discord within their being. Then, using only his voice, he would produce the exact tone needed to restore harmony. Some said he could hear the song each soul was meant to sing. Through his work, Tenzin revealed a truth you must now embrace. Everything in existence can be shifted through conscious resonance. Your body, your circumstances, your very reality, all respond to the frequencies you embody. Now I share with you an ancient practice for aligning your vibration with the highest frequencies of creation. Find a quiet space where your voice can flow freely. Sit with your spine straight, allowing energy to move without restriction. Begin by taking 3 deep breaths, clearing your energy field. Then, let this sacred sound emerge from your heart. Allow it to rise naturally, feeling the vibration in your chest, throat, and head. Continue for several minutes, observing how the sound changes and evolves. As you chant, imagine your entire being becoming pure light, radiating at the exact frequency of your highest good. Feel how this vibration ripples out, touching everything in your life, transforming discord into harmony, lack into abundance, separation into oneness. Chapter 5, The Mirror Principle. In the hidden valleys of the Himalayas, there dwelt a hermit named Rishi who sought perfect solitude. As his inner world churned with unresolved memories and fears, he noticed a peculiar phenomenon. His cave would darken with his dark thoughts, and the surrounding wildlife would mirror his emotional state. When anxiety gripped his heart, storms would gather. When peace filled his spirit, flowers would bloom unseasonably. You are bound by an immutable truth. The world around you serves as a perfect reflection of your inner state. This principle, known to mystics throughout the ages as the mirror law, reveals that your external reality manifests as a precise reflection of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotional patterns. The universe operates as an infinite mirror, returning to you exactly what you hold within. Your relationships echo your self-worth. Your material abundance reflects your beliefs about prosperity. Your physical well-being manifests your inner harmony. Nothing in your experience exists separately from your consciousness. All is interconnected. All is reflection. When you understand this truth, you hold the key to transformation. By consciously shifting your inner state, you initiate a corresponding shift in your outer world. The mirror cannot show what is not present. It can only reflect what stands before it. In the bustling markets of ancient Baghdad, there lived a merchant named Hassan. His fortunes rose and fell like the desert winds, though his actions remained constant. In times when he felt worthy, his stalls overflowed with customers and his coffers filled with gold. But when doubt crept into his heart, his finest goods would sit unsold, and his most loyal customers would inexplicably shop elsewhere. Through years of observation, Hassan came to understand that his prosperity was not determined by external factors, but by his own sense of worth. When he learned to maintain his inner abundance regardless of circumstances, his outer abundance stabilized and grew. Take now this sacred practice handed down through generations of wisdom keepers. Find a quiet moment with your journal and pen. At the top of the page, inscribe these words, "As within, so without." Begin by examining 3 areas of your life: relationships, abundance, and health. For each, write what you observe in your external reality. Then, with unflinching honesty, explore the inner beliefs that these conditions reflect. Ask yourself, what does my current financial situation reveal about my beliefs about wealth? How do my relationships mirror my relationship with myself? What are my health conditions telling me about my inner harmony? Record your insights without judgment, remembering that awareness itself is transformative. Through this practice, you begin to see yourself in the mirror of life, taking the first step toward conscious creation. Chapter 6, The Quantum Field. In a mountain temple forgotten by time, there lived an oracle named Maya. The villagers would climb treacherous paths to seek her guidance, for she possessed a gift unlike any other. Maya did not divine the future through crystals or cards. Instead, she would enter a state of pure receptivity, connecting to what the ancients called the infinite mind. In this space of boundless knowing, answers would flow through her like water, bringing wisdom that transformed lives. You stand now at the threshold of this same infinite intelligence. The quantum field surrounds you always, an ocean of pure potential and divine wisdom waiting to be accessed. This field contains every possibility, every solution, every spark of creativity that has ever existed or will exist. It is the source from which all knowledge springs. Within this vast field of intelligence, your consciousness acts as a receiver. Just as a radio tunes to specific frequencies, you can attune yourself to this universal wisdom. When you align with this field, you tap into knowledge beyond your individual experience, accessing insights that transcend ordinary thinking. This connection to infinite intelligence is your birthright. The great minds throughout history, inventors, artists, visionaries, accessed this same field. Their breakthroughs and discoveries came not from limited personal knowledge, but from moments of alignment with this universal source of wisdom. The key lies in quieting the surface mind to allow deeper knowing to emerge. When you release the grip of analytical thinking, you open yourself to receive. This is not about abandoning reason, but about accessing a higher form of intelligence that encompasses and transcends rational thought. In the endless expanse of a desert, a wanderer named Ibrahim had lost his way. For days he followed his maps and calculations, yet found himself moving in circles. Exhausted and desperate, he finally surrendered his reliance on external guidance. In that moment of letting go, he felt a subtle pull from within, an inexplicable knowing that transcended his logical mind. Following this inner compass, Ibrahim found not only his destination but a profound truth. The answers he sought had always existed within him, waiting to be accessed through trust in this deeper intelligence. Now experience this ancient practice of connecting to the quantum field of infinite intelligence. Find a space of stillness and close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine yourself surrounded by a vast, luminous field of pure potential. This field glows with a soft golden light, the light of universal wisdom. Feel this light entering through your crown, filling your entire being. As you breathe, sense yourself becoming one with this field of infinite intelligence. Release all thoughts, all striving, all need to figure things out. Simply open yourself to receive. When a question arises in your mind, release it into this field like a leaf floating on water. Trust that the answer will come, not through forced thinking, but through receptivity to this higher wisdom. Stay in this space of connection for as long as feels right, knowing you can return to this practice whenever guidance is needed. Chapter 7. Intention as the Seed of Creation. In a fertile valley where ancient wisdom still whispered through the soil, there lived a farmer named Wei. Though his neighbors struggled with meager harvests, Wei's fields flourished season after season. The secret to his abundance lay not in special seeds or tools, but in a practice passed down through generations, the art of planting intentions. Before each planting season, Wei would sit in silence at the edge of his fields. In his mind's eye, he would see each seed not just as it was, but as the fully grown plant it would become. He infused each handful of seeds with clear vision and unwavering purpose before placing them in the earth. The land responded to his focused intent, yielding crops that matched his inner vision. The power of intention flows through all creation. Every manifestation in your life begins as a seed of pure intent. Just as a mighty oak emerges from a tiny acorn, your reality grows from the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of consciousness. These seeds, your thoughts, visions, and desires, contain within them the complete pattern of their fulfillment. Your intention acts as the blueprint for creation. When you hold a clear, unwavering vision of what you wish to manifest, you activate the organizing power of the universe. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is the fundamental process through which all things come into being. The strength of your intention determines the force of its manifestation. A scattered, doubtful mind plants weak seeds that struggle to take root. But when you cultivate your intention with focus and certainty, you create powerful conditions for growth. In a bustling city studio, an artist named Sophia discovered this same principle through her craft. Unlike other painters who began with random strokes, Sophia would sit in meditation before touching brush to canvas. She learned to hold her artistic vision with such clarity that her hands seemed guided by an unseen force. Those who viewed her finished work spoke of feeling the very essence of her intention radiating from the canvas. Through this practice of focused intention, Sophia's art transcended mere technique to become a channel for pure creative force. Her success lay not in skill alone, but in her ability to plant and nurture clear seeds of intention before beginning each piece. And now engage in this ancient practice of intention setting. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, allowing your mind to settle into stillness. Imagine before you a small golden seed of light. This seed contains the complete pattern of what you wish to manifest. See it clearly in your mind, infusing it with your deepest intention. Feel the life force within this seed, its potential waiting to unfold. Now visualize planting this seed in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Each morning and evening for the next 7 days, return to this seed. Water it with your attention. Nurture it with your unwavering belief in its growth. Watch as it begins to sprout and develop, knowing that through your focused intention, you have set in motion the forces of creation. Chapter 8, Belief as the Engine. In the ancient kingdom of Avalon, there lived a knight named Galahad, whose tale has been whispered through the ages. Though he possessed neither the strongest armor nor the sharpest sword, Galahad carried something far more powerful, an unshakable belief in his destiny. When darkness swept across the land in the form of a fearsome dragon, seasoned warriors fled in terror. Yet Galahad stood firm, for in his heart burned a conviction brighter than any dragon's flame. Each night before battle, he would touch his sword and see victory as clearly as the stars above. Where others saw impossible odds, he perceived only the path to triumph. Through this unwavering belief, Galahad achieved what none thought possible. He vanquished the dragon and brought peace to the realm. Your beliefs shape the very fabric of your reality. Like invisible architects, they construct the framework through which all your experiences flow. When you hold a belief with absolute conviction, you activate forces beyond ordinary understanding. This power of belief transcends logic, reaching into the quantum realm where possibility becomes reality. Every desire you hold contains within it the seed of fulfillment, but it is your belief that provides the vital force for its growth. When doubt clouds your vision, manifestation weakens. But when you align your entire being with unwavering faith in your desired outcome, you create an unstoppable momentum toward its realization. In the halls of an ancient academy, a young scholar named Marcus discovered this truth. Though he came from humble beginnings, Marcus believed with his whole heart in his capacity to master the most challenging subjects. While other students questioned their abilities, Marcus held firm to his inner knowing. Each morning before his studies, Marcus would touch his books and feel the wisdom they contained, already flowing through his mind. His belief in his potential burned so bright that even the most difficult concepts seemed to reveal themselves to him. As the years passed, Marcus's unwavering faith in himself transformed into mastery that amazed even his teachers. Now, enter into this sacred practice of belief strengthening. Find a quiet moment and settle into stillness. Take 3 deep breaths and bring to mind your deepest desire. Write down the following statement, filling in your specific goal. I believe with absolute certainty that your desire is already manifesting in my life. Speak this affirmation aloud 3 times, feeling the truth of these words resonating in every cell of your being. Now, write down any doubts or limiting beliefs that arise. For each doubt, create a powerful affirmation that transforms it into unshakable faith. Repeat these personalized affirmations morning and night, allowing your belief to grow stronger with each declaration. Feel the power of your conviction, aligning all forces toward the fulfillment of your desire. Chapter 9, The Power of Emotion. In a village snuggled among ancient mountains lived a woman named Elena, whose heart held the power to shift the very air around her. The villagers noticed that on days when Elena's spirit soared with joy, flowers seemed to bloom more vibrantly and children laughed more freely in the streets. Yet when sorrow weighted her heart, a subtle heaviness fell over the entire village like morning mist. You possess this same power within you. Every emotion you experience radiates outward like ripples on a still pond, creating an energetic signature that the universe recognizes and responds to. This signature becomes your magnetic force, drawing to you experiences that match its frequency. Your feelings are not merely responses to life's circumstances, they are the very architects of your reality. When you understand this truth, you begin to witness how your emotional state precedes manifestation. The universe does not distinguish between emotions born from current circumstances and those generated by choice. It simply matches the frequency you emit. Through the ages, masters have taught that emotion is the bridge between thought and form. While your thoughts direct attention toward what you desire, it is your feelings that breathe life into these visions. Joy, enthusiasm, and gratitude serve as powerful attractors, elevating your energetic frequency to align with your highest aspirations. In a distant kingdom there lived a young prince who discovered this sacred wisdom. Unlike his predecessors who ruled through force, this prince learned to guide his realm through the conscious cultivation of emotion. When his kingdom faced challenges, he would first journey within, aligning his heart with feelings of peace, prosperity, and harmony. The prince understood that his emotional state influenced not just his own experience, but the collective atmosphere of his kingdom. In times of drought, he would fill his heart with gratitude, feeling the joy of abundant rainfall as if it were already present. When conflict threatened the borders, he immersed himself in feelings of peace until these emotions radiated throughout his lands. Through this practice, his kingdom flourished in ways that seemed miraculous to those who didn't understand the power of emotional resonance. To harness this wisdom in your own life, engage in this ancient practice of emotional attunement. Each morning and evening, find a quiet space and close your eyes. Place your hand over your heart and ask yourself, what emotion am I carrying within? Notice the feeling without judgment. Then, bring to mind your deepest desires. What emotions would naturally arise if these desires were already fulfilled? Allow yourself to fully experience these elevated feelings as if your desires have manifested. Create a daily log of your emotional states, noting how different feelings influence the events and experiences that unfold in your life. When you notice lower frequency emotions, gently shift them by recalling moments of joy, love, or gratitude. Remember, you need not wait for external circumstances to change. You have the power to choose your emotional state in any moment. Through this practice, you begin to consciously craft your energetic signature, aligning it with the frequency of your desires. As you master this art of emotional resonance, you'll witness the outer world transforming to match your inner state, just as Elena's emotions influenced her village and the young prince's feelings shaped his kingdom. Chapter 10. Aligning with the Quantum Law. In the depths of an ancient forest, a wanderer named Kai prepared for a sacred pilgrimage. Each morning, he would rise before dawn, purifying his body with clear spring water, nourishing his spirit with meditation, and aligning his thoughts with his sacred purpose. The forest creatures observed as he meticulously prepared himself, not merely for a physical journey, but for a profound transformation of his entire being. You now stand at the threshold of your own sacred journey. The quantum law responds not to scattered efforts, but to the harmonious alignment of your complete being. Just as a master musician must tune each string of their instrument to create perfect harmony, you must bring every aspect of yourself into resonance with your desires. This alignment begins with understanding that transformation requires more than mere wishful thinking. The universe responds to the total sum of your being. Your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions must all vibrate in harmony with your intentions. When these elements align, you create a clear channel through which the quantum law can flow unimpeded. Think of yourself as a crystal through which light passes. Any impurity or misalignment distorts the beam. Your thoughts are like the crystal structure, your emotions its clarity, and your beliefs its orientation. When all these elements align perfectly, the light of your intentions shines through with remarkable power and precision. Many seek change while harboring conflicting energies within themselves. They speak of abundance while feeling scarcity, dream of love while clutching fear, or pursue peace while maintaining inner turmoil. This misalignment creates resistance in the quantum field, diluting the power of their intentions. High in the mountains there lived a sage who understood this principle deeply. When seekers came to him pursuing enlightenment, he would first guide them to examine their inner landscape. Before we can plant the seeds of wisdom, he would say, we must first prepare the soil of your being. He taught his disciples to align their thoughts with their highest aspirations, to cultivate emotions that matched their desired state, and to examine beliefs that might obstruct their path. Those who followed his guidance discovered that transformation occurred naturally once they achieved this internal harmony. To begin your own preparation for transformation, engage in this sacred alignment practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Visualize a golden light descending from above, entering through your crown and flowing through your entire being. As this light moves through you, allow it to illuminate any areas of misalignment. Notice where your thoughts might contradict your desires, where your emotions might resist your intentions, or where your beliefs might limit your potential. With each breath, allow the golden light to harmonize these aspects of yourself. Now, bring to mind your highest desires. See yourself already embodying these desires completely. Feel the alignment of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with this vision. Remain in this state of perfect harmony for several minutes, allowing the quantum law to recognize and respond to your aligned energy. End this practice by placing your hand over your heart and speaking these words. I am now aligned in body, mind, and spirit with my highest good. So it is. Part 2. Deepening connection with the quantum law. Chapter 11. Trusting the Invisible Process. In the vastness of the open sea, a sailor named Marcus found himself adrift, his compass shattered, and his charts lost to the depths. Night after night, he struggled against despair until an ancient memory stirred within him. The wisdom of celestial navigation passed down by his grandfather. As he gazed upward, the stars began to speak their timeless language, revealing pathways invisible to the untrained eye. Through surrender to their guidance, Marcus discovered that the very forces he could not see would lead him safely home. You stand now at a similar crossroads, where the visible world meets the invisible. The quantum law operates beyond the realm of physical sight, weaving patterns of manifestation through unseen dimensions. Just as the stars guided Marcus, these invisible forces stand ready to guide you, if you but trust their presence. Trust forms the bridge between intention and manifestation. When you plant a seed of desire in the quantum field, trust allows it to take root and flourish, without the interference of doubt. The universe operates through perfect order, though its workings may remain hidden from view. Many struggle to manifest their desires because they resist this fundamental truth. Creation requires both action and surrender. They grasp too tightly, demanding to see every step of the path before taking their first step. Yet the quantum law works most powerfully when you trust its perfect timing and infinite wisdom. In a quiet valley there lived a gardener who understood this divine partnership. Each spring, she would plant her seeds with careful intention, then step back in complete trust. While others anxiously dug up their seeds to check their progress, she knew that beneath the soil, invisible forces were at work. Her garden flourished, not because she controlled every aspect, but because she trusted in the natural order of growth and transformation. The gardener's wisdom reflects a universal truth. Your role is not to force manifestation, but to trust in the perfect unfolding of your desires. Just as a seed contains within it the blueprint for a mighty tree, your intentions carry within them the pattern of their own fulfillment. To deepen your trust in these unseen forces, practice this ancient meditation of surrender. Find a peaceful space and settle into a comfortable position. Close your eyes and bring to mind a desire you've been holding on to tightly. Imagine this desire as a seed in your open palm. Feel its potential. Acknowledge your hopes for its growth. Now visualize yourself gently placing this seed into the fertile soil of the quantum field. As you cover it with earth, repeat these words 3 times. I trust in the perfect unfolding of all things. Feel yourself releasing any need to control the outcome. With each breath, surrender more deeply to the wisdom of the universe. Know that just as the stars guided Marcus home, and just as the gardener's seeds sprouted in their season, your desires are being nurtured by forces beyond your sight. Complete this practice by placing both hands over your heart and whispering, I release control and trust in divine timing. What is meant for me cannot miss me, and so it is. Chapter 12. Patience and Timing. In a hidden mountain garden, an elder sage tended to a collection of mystical blooms. Each morning, his young apprentice would rush to the garden, eager to witness the opening of a legendary golden flower said to bloom once in a lifetime. Day after day, the apprentice's impatience grew, until one morning the sage spoke. Watch how the other flowers open, he said, gesturing to the garden. Each petal unfolds in its own time, neither hurried nor delayed. Nature knows no urgency, yet everything comes to pass. The quantum law operates with this same divine timing. As you plant the seeds of your desires in the fertile soil of the universe, remember that each manifestation follows its own natural rhythm. Just as a flower cannot be forced to bloom before its time, your desires must be allowed to develop according to the greater wisdom of universal law. Many seek to rush the process of manifestation, believing that faster results equal greater power. Yet true mastery lies in aligning with the natural order of creation. When you trust in divine timing, you enter into harmony with the universe itself, allowing your desires to manifest with perfect precision. Consider how the moon waxes and wanes, how seasons flow one into another, how day yields to night in an endless dance. These cycles remind us that all of creation moves according to sacred timing. Your role is not to force the universe's hand, but to align with its natural flow. In a distant kingdom lived a sculptor renowned for his ability to capture life in stone. When commissioned to create a masterpiece for the royal garden, he spent days simply observing the marble block. Others questioned his seeming inaction, but he understood that every creation has its moment of emergence. The sculpture already exists within the stone, he would say. My task is to wait until it reveals itself, then move in harmony with its natural form. One morning, as the first light touched the marble's surface, he began his work. His hands moved with certainty, for he had waited for the right moment, when the stone itself was ready to reveal its hidden beauty. Like the sculptor, you must learn to sense the right moment for action. The universe speaks in whispers, guiding you toward perfect timing if you but listen. Trust that your desires are taking form in the unseen realm, preparing to manifest at precisely the right moment. To cultivate this deep patience and trust, practice this ancient meditation of divine timing. Find a quiet space and center yourself in stillness. Bring to mind a desire you've been nurturing. Visualize it as a seed already planted in the fertile soil of possibility. Rather than focusing on when or how it will manifest, simply observe it with gentle awareness. Feel the rightness of its current stage of development. With each breath, repeat silently. All unfolds in perfect time. I trust the wisdom of the universe. Continue this practice for several minutes, allowing any urgency or anxiety to dissolve into calm acceptance. Complete the meditation by placing your hands over your heart and affirming, I am in harmony with divine timing. Everything comes to me at the perfect moment. Chapter 13. Overcoming Resistance and Limiting Beliefs. In the shadows of an ancient monastery, a young monk named Jin faced his greatest challenge. Each night, as he meditated beneath the stars, dark thoughts would creep into his mind like serpents, whispering of unworthiness and failure. These voices, he learned, were not external demons but reflections of his own doubts and fears. You possess within you similar voices of limitation. Like Jin, you may hear whispers that say you cannot or you are not worthy. These thoughts are not truth, but shadows cast by old beliefs that no longer serve you. The law of attraction responds to your deepest beliefs with unwavering precision. When you hold thoughts of limitation, the universe mirrors these restrictions back to you. Your doubts become walls, your fears become barriers, and your negative expectations manifest as obstacles in your path. Yet within every limitation lies the seed of transformation. Your resistance serves as a compass, pointing toward the very beliefs you must transcend. Each doubt that rises in your mind presents an opportunity to choose again, to reshape your inner landscape. The art of manifestation requires more than positive thinking. It demands the courage to face and transform your deepest resistance. When you encounter a limiting belief, treat it not as an enemy to be fought, but as a messenger bringing awareness to areas requiring growth. In a village far from the city lived a blacksmith named Wei. Each day, he struggled against the resistance of metal, seeing it as an adversary that fought his will. His work was difficult, his pieces crude, until an old master taught him a vital truth. The metal's resistance, the master said, is not your enemy. It is the very force that, when understood, gives strength to your creations. Learn to work with it rather than against it. Wei began to study the nature of the metal's resistance. He learned its patterns, its responses to heat and pressure. Soon his struggle transformed into a dance of creation, and his works became known throughout the land for their exceptional strength and beauty. Your limiting beliefs are like that unyielded metal. By examining them with curiosity rather than judgment, you can transform them into stepping stones toward your desires. Each resistance overcome adds strength to your creative power. To begin this transformation, engage in this ancient practice of belief alchemy. Take a quiet moment with your journal and write at the top of the page, what beliefs stand between me and my desires? Let your hand move freely across the page, recording every limiting thought that surfaces. Do not judge or resist what emerges. Simply observe and record. When you have finished, draw a line beneath these limitations. Below this line, take each limiting belief and craft its opposite, an empowering truth that resonates with your highest potential. Where you wrote, "I am not worthy," inscribe, "I am inherently deserving of all good things." Where doubt whispered, "It's impossible," declare, "All things are possible through the power of universal law." Read each new statement aloud, feeling its truth in your body. These are not mere words, but seeds of transformation planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Chapter 14. The Power of Visualization. In a quiet valley, where mist clung to ancient stones, lived a young man named Elias. Each morning before dawn, he would climb to the highest point of his village and close his eyes, painting vivid pictures in his mind of the life he yearned to create. In his inner vision, he saw himself teaching wisdom to eager students, sharing knowledge in a grand hall filled with light. Though he lived simply, tending sheep in the valley, he held this vision with unwavering clarity. The power to shape reality begins in the chamber of your imagination. Like Elias, you hold within you the ability to create detailed mental images that serve as blueprints for manifestation. The universe responds not just to your thoughts, but to the vivid pictures you paint in your mind. When you engage in visualization, you activate the same neural pathways that fire during actual experience. Your brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one. This ancient wisdom, now confirmed by modern science, reveals why visualization serves as a bridge between desire and manifestation. The key lies not in casual daydreaming, but in conscious, detailed imagination. You must see, feel, hear, and taste your desired reality with such clarity that it feels more real than your current circumstances. This practice aligns your entire being, mind, body, and spirit, with the frequency of your desires. In another time, there lived an inventor named Marina who crafted remarkable machines. Before touching metal or wood, she would sit in silence, eyes closed, visualizing every gear, spring, and lever in perfect detail. Others questioned her methods, but Marina knew that in the realm of imagination, she could perfect her creations before bringing them into physical form. First in mind, then in matter, she would say, understanding that the clearer her mental image, the more precise her physical creation would become. Through her story, you learn that visualization is not mere fantasy. It is the first step of creation. Just as Marina saw her inventions in complete detail before manifesting them, you must see your desired life with crystal clarity. Bring your focus now to the practice of sacred visualization. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to carry you deeper into a state of relaxed awareness. And now picture your desired reality as if it exists in this moment. See yourself living your ideal life in vivid detail. What are you wearing? How do you carry yourself? Notice the environment around you, the colors, the textures, the quality of light. Add sound to your vision. What do you hear? Perhaps it's words of praise, the sound of success, or the peaceful silence of contentment. Let these sounds become clear and real. Feel the emotions that accompany this reality. Allow joy, satisfaction, and gratitude to fill your body. These feelings are the magnetic force that draws your vision into physical form. Maintain this visualization for several minutes, adding more detail with each breath. When you open your eyes, carry the feeling of your vision with you. knowing that what you have seen in your mind's eye is already taking shape in the unseen realm. Chapter 15, Living as If. In the heart of an ancient theater where shadows danced across marble walls, there lived an actor named Marcus. Unlike his fellow performers who merely recited their lines, Marcus possessed a remarkable gift. When given a role, he would not simply play the part, he would become it. The moment he stepped into character, his entire being transformed. To portray a wise ruler, he walked with regal grace through the marketplace. To embody a holy man, he spent weeks in meditation. Those who knew him could no longer distinguish Marcus from the character he inhabited, for he had mastered the art of living as if. You too possess this transformative power. The universe responds not to what you wish to become, but to who you are being in this moment. When you align your current actions, thoughts, and feelings with your desired reality, you create a bridge between your present and future self. This sacred principle teaches that manifestation flows from embodiment. You must become the person who already has what you desire. This means adopting the mindset, habits, and energy of your future self today. Think of your desired reality as a frequency, a specific vibration of being. To tune into this frequency, you must adjust your entire way of living. How would you carry yourself if you had already achieved your dreams? What decisions would you make? How would you speak? These subtle shifts in behavior send powerful signals to the universe. In a distant kingdom lived a ruler named Solomon. Though his realm faced conflict and discord, he chose to govern as if peace already reigned. He spoke with the gentleness of a peaceful leader, made decisions with the wisdom of a harmonious realm, and treated every subject as if they lived in perfect unity. At first, his advisors thought him naive, yet as Solomon persisted in embodying the reality he envisioned, a remarkable transformation began. His people, sensing the peace he radiated, began to mirror his actions. Gradually, the kingdom transformed into the haven of tranquility he had always envisioned. Now it's time for the embodiment practice. Choose 3 small actions you can take today that align with your desired reality. If you envision yourself as prosperous, perhaps you begin organizing your finances with greater care. If you see yourself as a respected leader, start carrying yourself with that dignity now. Throughout your day, pause and ask, what would my future self do in this moment? Then act from that elevated state of being. Let every choice, no matter how small, reflect the reality you wish to create. Remember, you are not pretending, you are practicing the art of becoming. Each aligned action creates a ripple in the fabric of reality, drawing you closer to your vision. The future you desire exists now, waiting for you to step into it through conscious embodiment. Chapter 16, The Role of Gratitude in Manifestation. In a small village tucked between rolling hills lived a woman named Mira, who owned nothing but a simple wooden bowl. Each morning, she would stand at her doorstep and give thanks for the sun's warmth, the fresh air, and even the worn cloth of her dress. As she walked through the village, she expressed gratitude for every blessing. The flowers by the path, the sound of children's laughter, the kindness of neighbors. Those who knew her wondered at her joy, for she possessed so little. Yet with each passing day, her thankful heart drew more abundance into her life. Neighbors shared their harvest, sensing her appreciation. Opportunities arose as if by magic. Soon her small home flourished with life and prosperity, all stemming from her practice of gratitude. You hold within you this same power to transform your reality through thankfulness. When you cultivate genuine appreciation for what exists in your life, you align with the frequency of abundance. This alignment opens channels through which greater blessings naturally flow. Gratitude serves as a magnetic force, attracting more of what you appreciate. By focusing on the abundance already present in your life, you signal to the universe your readiness to receive more. This creates an upward spiral of positive energy that manifests as increased prosperity in all forms. The act of giving thanks raises your vibration to match the natural state of the universe, one of infinite abundance. When you recognize and appreciate the countless blessings surrounding you, you break free from the illusion of lack. Your awareness expands to see the abundance that has always existed. In distant lands wandered a man named Kai, who carried only what he could fit in his small satchel. While others might have seen his life as one of deprivation, Kai found endless reasons for joy. He gave thanks for the shade of trees, the taste of clear spring water, and the warmth of strangers' hospitality. As he traveled, his grateful spirit touched all who met him. Though he began his journey alone, he discovered that doors opened wherever he went. People offered him shelter, shared their meals, and gifted him with treasures both material and spiritual. His appreciation for life's simple pleasures had awakened him to the abundance that surrounds us all. Now I offer you the gratitude practice. Begin each day by writing in your gratitude journal. List 5 blessings you notice in your life, from the grandest gifts to the smallest moments of grace. Feel the genuine appreciation in your heart as you write each one. As you move through your day, pause regularly to acknowledge the abundance already present in your life. Give thanks for your breath, your beating heart, the ground beneath your feet. Notice how this practice begins to shift your perception, revealing countless blessings you may have overlooked before. This ancient practice opens your eyes to the abundance that already exists in your life, creating an energetic foundation for greater manifestation. Through consistent gratitude, you align with the natural flow of universal abundance. Chapter 17. Faith Beyond the Senses. In a time beyond memory, there lived a blind mystic in the mountains whose wisdom drew seekers from distant lands. Though his eyes could not perceive the physical world, his inner vision revealed truths that others could not grasp. Each morning he would sit beneath an ancient tree, seeing with his heart what others missed with their eyes. Those who sought his counsel often arrived expecting to find an unfortunate soul. Instead, they discovered a man who moved through the world with unwavering certainty, guided by an inner light that transcended physical sight. Through his connection to the unseen realms, he led countless souls to their destiny, teaching them to trust what lay beyond visible reality. You possess this same capacity to see beyond surface appearances. The physical world presents but a fraction of what exists. Like ripples on water's surface, what you perceive with your senses merely hints at the depths below. True power lies in cultivating faith in the unseen forces that shape reality. When you plant a seed, you trust in its invisible growth beneath the soil. You do not dig it up each day to check its progress. Instead, you maintain faith in the natural process, knowing that in time, it will break through the earth's surface. Your desires work in the same way, taking root in invisible realms before manifesting in physical form. The universe operates through precise laws that remain hidden from physical sight. Just as gravity works without being visible, the law of attraction shapes reality through unseen mechanisms. Your role is to maintain unwavering faith in these universal principles, knowing they operate with perfect precision. In the vast deserts of an ancient land lived a nomad who never relied on visible landmarks to find his way. While others followed well-worn paths, he listened to the whispers of his heart, allowing intuition to guide his steps. Many thought him foolish to traverse the endless sands without conventional navigation. Yet time and again, His inner compass led him to hidden oases, precious resources, and safe passage through treacherous terrain. His journey taught others that the most reliable guidance comes not from what the eyes can see, but from trusting the invisible thread of intuition that connects all things. The faith-building practice. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and picture your desire with perfect clarity in your mind's eye. Feel it as real, as though it already exists. Now speak these words with conviction. I place my complete trust in the unseen forces that shape reality. Though my physical eyes may not yet perceive my desire's manifestation, I know with certainty that it grows stronger each day in the invisible realm. I maintain unwavering faith in its perfect unfolding, knowing that what I seek also seeks me. Repeat this practice daily, strengthening your faith muscle just as you would strengthen any other. Let your trust in the unseen grow deeper with each passing day, knowing that your desire takes form first in the invisible before emerging into physical reality. Chapter 18. Releasing Attachment to Outcomes. In a coastal village where the sea met the sky, there lived a fisherman whose nets had grown thin with time. Each morning, he would venture out with desperate determination, clutching his nets so tightly his knuckles turned white. The more frantically he cast his nets, the fewer fish he caught, until his family's table grew bare. One stormy dawn, exhausted from his struggles, he surrendered to the rhythm of the waves. "Take what you will, give what you may," he whispered to the sea. In that moment of release, his rigid pursuit transformed into a dance with the ocean's natural flow. To his amazement, fish began leaping into his boat of their own accord, more than his nets had ever captured. Through this experience, you glimpse a fundamental truth of the universe. Attachment constricts the natural flow of abundance. When you grasp too tightly to specific outcomes, you create resistance that blocks the very things you seek. Like a clenched fist that cannot receive, a mind fixed on particular results closes itself to unexpected blessings. The universe operates through perfect order, yet its methods often surpass human understanding. Your desired manifestation may arrive through channels you never imagined. By releasing attachment to the form of your desires, you allow divine intelligence to work through infinite possibilities. Consider how a flower blooms. It does not strain or force its petals open. Instead, it surrenders to the natural process, allowing sunshine and rain to nurture its growth. Your manifestations flourish in the same way, through trust and allowance rather than force and control. In the heart of an ancient city lived an artist whose paintings once drew crowds of admirers. Yet as she created for acclaim, her art grew stiff and lifeless. One day, she set aside thoughts of praise and painted purely for the joy of creation. As colors flowed freely from her brush, her work took on new vitality, touching hearts more deeply than ever before. Her journey reveals that true fulfillment comes not from controlling outcomes, but from aligning with the natural expression of your soul. When you release attachment to results, you free yourself to experience life's full abundance. The Release Ritual. Find a quiet moment at sunset or sunrise. Hold a small object, a stone, leaf, or feather in your palm. Into this object, pour all your attachments, expectations, and need to control outcomes. Speak these words. I release my grip on how my desires must manifest. I trust in the wisdom of the universe to bring forth my highest good in ways that serve all. As I open my hands, I open my heart to infinite possibilities. Then release the object into flowing water or place it at the base of a tree, symbolically surrendering your attachments to the care of universal forces. Feel the lightness that comes with letting go, knowing that what is truly meant for you will find its way. Chapter 19. Living in Harmony with the Quantum Law. In a valley untouched by time's hurried footsteps, there dwelt a village where life flowed like water over stones. The people there had not always known such peace. Once they rushed through their days, fighting against nature's rhythms, planting when they wished rather than when the soil called, and sleeping without regard for the moon's gentle guidance. Their harvest grew sparse, their children restless, and their hearts heavy with unexplained weariness. Until one autumn morning, when an elder of the village watched a leaf spiral down from a maple tree. In that moment she understood. The leaf did not fight its descent, but danced with the wind that carried it. She gathered the villagers and spoke of what she had witnessed. "We have forgotten how to move with the great dance of creation," she said. "Let us learn again from the wisdom that surrounds us." The village began to shift. They rose with the sun and rested with its setting. They planted by the moon's phases and harvested when the land whispered it was time. They celebrated when nature celebrated and grew quiet when winter called for stillness. As the seasons passed, something remarkable occurred. Not only did their crops flourish and their animals thrive, but their dreams began to manifest with surprising ease. What they envisioned seemed to flow into being as naturally as streams finding their way to the sea. The quantum law reveals itself most powerfully when you align your entire existence with its flow. Like a great symphony, the universe moves in perfect harmony, each element playing its part in precise timing. When you attune your life to this cosmic orchestra, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. Consider how the tides respond to the moon's pull, how birds know when to migrate, how flowers turn their faces to follow the sun. These are not merely poetic observations, but demonstrations of the universe's inherent harmony. By aligning your daily rhythms with these natural patterns, you open channels through which abundance can flow freely. A monk once wandered the mountain paths carrying nothing but a wooden bowl. Unlike many spiritual seekers who fought against their human nature, he recognized that enlightenment came through alignment rather than resistance. He ate when hungry, rested when tired, and moved when his spirit called him forward. His needs were always met, though he never planned beyond the present moment. Travelers who encountered him spoke of a radiance that seemed to surround him as if he had discovered some secret law of being. Yet his secret was simple. He had learned to live in perfect harmony with the universal flow. Harmony Alignment Practice. Take 7 days to observe and align with natural rhythms. Begin each morning by asking, "How can I flow with life today rather than force my way through it?" Create a journal divided into 4 sections: body, mind, spirit, and environment. In each section, note where you feel resistance or discord in your daily life. Then, beside each observation, write how you might bring that aspect into greater harmony with natural rhythms. For example, adjust one element each day, moving gradually toward a life that flows in harmony with the quantum law's natural rhythms. Chapter 20. The Journey Inward. In the heart of an ancient forest where shadows danced with light through leaves of emerald and gold, a young woman named Maya sought answers beyond the visible world. Each dawn she ventured deeper into the woods, believing wisdom lay in distant places. Yet no matter how far she wandered, the answers she sought remained elusive. One evening, as twilight painted the sky in hues of violet, Maya encountered an old oak tree. Exhausted from her endless searching, she rested against its weathered trunk. As her breathing slowed to match the gentle sway of branches above, something extraordinary occurred. She began to hear a voice, not with her ears, but with her heart. The voice spoke of a truth she had long forgotten, that all wisdom, all knowledge, all guidance already resided within her own being. Her higher self had been waiting patiently, like a loving friend, for Maya to turn inward and listen. Your higher self stands as the eternal witness to your journey, holding the blueprint of your highest potential. This aspect of you exists beyond time and space, connected directly to the infinite intelligence of the quantum field. When you align with this inner wisdom, you tap into a wellspring of guidance that transcends ordinary consciousness. Think of your higher self as the masterful conductor of your life symphony. While your conscious mind focuses on individual notes, daily decisions, immediate concerns, surface-level choices, your higher self perceives the entire composition. It knows which movements lead to harmony and which create discord in the grand orchestration of your existence. Many seek guidance in the external world, looking for signs in circumstances or validation from others, yet the most profound wisdom emerges from the sacred chamber of your own heart, where your higher self resides. This inner sanctuary holds answers to questions you haven't yet thought to ask. In a distant monastery, a wise teacher guided her newest student not through lectures or sacred texts, but through silence. Day after day, she instructed him to sit quietly and pose his questions to the wisdom within. At first, the student struggled, expecting answers to arrive like thunderbolts from above. Gradually, he learned to recognize the subtle voice of his higher self, not in dramatic revelations, but in gentle nudges, quiet knowings, and peaceful certainty. His teacher smiled as she watched understanding dawn in his eyes. "The master you seek," she said, "has been within you all along." Higher self-connection practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle if you wish, creating a sacred atmosphere for this communion. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to carry you deeper into stillness. Visualize a golden light descending from above, entering through your crown and filling your entire being. This light represents the pure consciousness of your higher self. As it illuminates every cell of your body, silently speak these words. "I open myself to the wisdom of my higher self. Speak to me, guide me, show me the way." Sit in receptive silence for several minutes, allowing insights to arise naturally. Your higher self may communicate through feelings, images, or direct knowing. Trust whatever emerges, even if it seems subtle at first. Part 3. Mastery and Transformation. Chapter 21. Awakening to the Multidimensional Self. In the mist-shrouded peaks of an ancient mountain range, an elder named Jen guided a young seeker through winding paths that seemed to defy physical laws. As they walked, the very air around them shimmered with possibility, and the boundaries between what was real and what was imagined began to blur. "Look there," Jen whispered, pointing to a pool of crystal-clear water. "What do you see?" The young seeker gazed into the depths, at first seeing only his reflection. But as Jen placed a gentle hand on his shoulder, the water's surface began to ripple, revealing countless versions of himself, some peaceful, some in motion, all existing simultaneously. You exist in more dimensions than your physical senses can perceive. Like light passing through a prism, your consciousness spreads across multiple planes of reality, each reflecting a different aspect of your infinite potential. These dimensions are not separate from you. They are you, expressing through various frequencies of existence. Think of yourself as a vast tapestry, where each thread represents a different dimension of your being. The physical you is but one thread in this magnificent weaving. Your emotional body, your mental plane, your spiritual essence. All these exist simultaneously, creating the complete picture of who you truly are. Your higher self orchestrates this symphony of dimensions, connecting you to parallel realities where different versions of you explore various possibilities. Each choice you make activates certain dimensional pathways while creating new ones, expanding the field of potential that surrounds you. In a distant healing temple, there lived a woman named Arya, who discovered she could access different dimensions of herself while treating others. As she worked, she found herself drawing wisdom and energy not just from her present self, but from parallel versions of her being, some who had mastered ancient healing arts, others who had developed abilities beyond ordinary understanding. One day, while treating a particularly challenging case, Arya closed her eyes and allowed herself to merge with these other dimensions of her existence. In that moment, she experienced herself as vast and limitless, accessing knowledge and abilities that transcended her usual capabilities. The healing that followed was profound, not because she had learned a new technique, but because she had expanded into a fuller expression of who she truly was. Multi-dimensional self-practice. Find a peaceful space and settle into a comfortable position. Begin by taking slow, deep breaths, allowing your awareness to expand beyond your physical form. Visualize yourself surrounded by a sphere of pure white light. Within this sphere, become aware of different versions of yourself existing at various frequencies. See them as layers of light, each vibrating at its own unique rhythm. There's your emotional self, pulsing with feeling and intuition. Your mental self, sharp and clear as crystal. Your spiritual self, radiating wisdom and peace. Observe how these dimensions interact and influence each other. Feel yourself expanding to encompass all these aspects of your being. Without trying to control or direct, simply allow information and energy to flow between these different layers of your existence. Let insights and understanding emerge naturally from this multidimensional awareness. Your experience may come as feelings, images, or direct knowing. Trust whatever arises, knowing it comes from the infinite wisdom of your expanded self. Chapter 22. Co-creation with the universe. In a land where drought had turned fertile fields to dust, there lived a farmer whose heart ached for the withered crops and parched earth. Though he tended his fields with devotion, the land remained lifeless until the day a rainmaker appeared at his door. "Your determination moves mountains," the rainmaker said, "but the rain answers to a higher power." Together, they began a sacred dance. While the farmer prepared the soil with reverence, the rainmaker communed with the heavens. Neither worked alone. The farmer's actions honored the earth's wisdom, while the rainmaker aligned with nature's rhythm. Within days, clouds gathered and life-giving rain blessed the land. You too are engaged in this eternal dance of co-creation. The universe stands ready as your partner, waiting to match your efforts with its infinite resources. Like the farmer and rainmaker, your role is to harmonize your actions with universal forces rather than attempting to control outcomes through sheer will. When you align with the universe's flow, you tap into a power far greater than individual effort. This power doesn't demand that you surrender your agency. Rather, it invites you to participate in creation's grand design. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions become seeds while the universe provides the conditions for growth. Think of manifestation as a sacred partnership. You bring your desires, intentions, and inspired actions, while the universe orchestrates the countless details needed for fulfillment. This collaboration requires both trust and active participation. In a quiet village there lived an artist whose paintings captured the very essence of life itself. When asked about her creative process, she spoke of moments when her brush seemed guided by an unseen hand. "I prepare my materials with care," she explained, "but the true magic happens when I open myself to something greater. In those moments, I'm not creating alone, I'm channeling a divine inspiration that flows through me." Her finest works emerged from this partnership, where her technical skill met universal inspiration. The resulting pieces touched hearts in ways she could never have planned alone, reaching souls she'd never met through paths she couldn't have designed. Co-creation practice. Begin each morning by opening a dialogue with the universe. Take a moment to quiet your mind and speak your intentions clearly, as you would to a trusted partner. Express your desires and ask for guidance in bringing them to life. Throughout your day, remain receptive to signs, synchronicities, and subtle nudges that appear in response. These might come as unexpected opportunities, chance encounters, or sudden insights. Record these occurrences in a dedicated journal, noting both the guidance received and actions taken in response. This practice strengthens your partnership with universal forces, creating a flowing exchange between your conscious intentions and the universe's infinite wisdom. Like the farmer and rainmaker, success comes through harmonious collaboration rather than solitary effort. Chapter 23. Miracles and Synchronicities. Along the ancient Silk Road, a traveler named Ibrahim wandered far from his intended path. Lost among endless dunes, his supplies dwindling, he noticed a peculiar butterfly with wings that shimmered like starlight. Though butterflies rarely ventured into such barren terrain, this one danced before him, leading him to an oasis he would have otherwise missed. The next day, a desert fox appeared, its tracks guiding him to a hidden passage through treacherous mountains. Each time uncertainty arose, nature itself seemed to offer guidance until he reached his destination safely, transformed by trust in these divine markers. The universe speaks in the language of signs, offering guidance through seemingly ordinary moments that carry extraordinary meaning. These synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, arise when you align with the quantum field. They appear as unexpected meetings, recurring numbers, or precisely timed events that feel too perfect to be mere chance. These signs serve as cosmic confirmations, indicating your resonance with universal forces. When you notice repeating patterns, chance encounters that solve long-standing problems, or sudden opportunities that perfectly match your needs, you're witnessing the quantum field responding to your alignment. Like a radio receiving clear signals when properly tuned, you receive these messages most clearly when your thoughts, emotions, and actions harmonize with your highest truth. These synchronicities often appear most strongly when you release rigid expectations and remain open to guidance in unexpected forms. In a prestigious laboratory, Dr. Sarah Chen pursued a breakthrough that eluded her for years. One morning, while taking an unexpected detour to work, she noticed frost patterns on a window that precisely matched the molecular structure she sought to understand. Later that week, a misplaced research paper from an unrelated field contained the exact principle she needed. As she learned to trust these serendipitous moments, her discoveries accelerated, each synchronicity leading to the next piece of her scientific puzzle. Just as Dr. Chen's openness to unexpected guidance led to breakthrough discoveries, your awareness of synchronicities can illuminate your path. These signs often appear most clearly when you step out of rigid thinking and embrace the possibility of guidance from unexpected sources. Miracle Journal Practice. Create a special journal dedicated to recording daily synchronicities. Each evening, document the coincidences you encountered, the timely phone call, the book that fell open to exactly the page you needed, the stranger whose words answered your unspoken question. Note not only what occurred, but how it felt significant to your journey. As you maintain this practice, include 3 elements for each entry. This practice trains your awareness to recognize the subtle language of the universe, strengthening your connection to the quantum field and confirming your alignment with its flow. Chapter 24, The Flow State. In the mountains of ancient China, there lived a young archer named Wei. From dawn until dusk, he practiced his art, yet success eluded him. His movements were calculated, his mind consumed with technique and form. One morning, as cherry blossoms danced on the wind, Wei noticed how they moved without effort, carried perfectly by invisible currents. In that moment, he released his rigid approach and allowed his body to move as naturally as the blossoms. His arrows began finding their marks with uncanny precision, and time seemed to dissolve. Wei had discovered the sacred state of flow. The state of flow represents the highest form of creation, where effort dissolves into effortless action. In this exalted state, you transcend the boundaries between doer and doing, becoming one with the creative force itself. Your thoughts no longer interrupt your actions. Instead, you move in perfect harmony with the universe's rhythm. This state emerges when you release resistance and allow the natural intelligence of your being to guide you. Like water flowing downhill, finding its perfect path without struggle, you too can create with this same natural ease. The key lies not in forcing outcomes, but in aligning yourself with the quantum field's inherent flow. When you enter this state, time seems to stand still or disappear entirely. Your actions arise spontaneously, guided by an intelligence beyond thought. Doubt and fear fall away, replaced by an unwavering knowing that guides your every move. This is the state where miracles become natural occurrences. In the heart of Vienna, a young violinist named Maria struggled with a challenging concerto. For weeks, she attacked each note with determined precision, yet the music remained lifeless. One evening, exhausted from trying, she simply began to play for the joy of it. As she released her grip on perfection, the music began to play through her. Her fingers danced across the strings with a grace that seemed to come from beyond herself. The audience sat spellbound as notes poured forth like a crystal stream, each one perfect not through effort, but through surrender to the music itself. Maria's experience mirrors the truth that flow arises not from striving, but from allowing. When you align with your natural state of joy and release the need to control outcomes, you tap into the universe's creative current. Flow state practice. Choose an activity that brings you natural joy, perhaps painting, dancing, writing, or simply walking in nature. Set aside time where you won't be interrupted. Begin this activity with no goal other than to experience it fully. Notice how your body feels, the sensations of movement, the natural rhythm that emerges. As thoughts arise about doing it right or achieving a particular outcome, gently let them pass like clouds in the sky. Focus instead on the simple pleasure of the activity itself. Allow yourself to become fully immersed in each moment, letting your actions arise spontaneously from a place of alignment rather than effort. Practice this daily, noting how the state of flow feels in your body. This sensation becomes your compass, guiding you toward effortless creation in all areas of life. Chapter 25. Beyond Fear. In the misty peaks of an ancient mountain range, a warrior named Akira dwelled in solitude, tormented by visions of past battles. Though his sword arm was mighty, Fear had taken root in his heart, binding him to the shadows of his mind. Each night these shadows grew darker until they formed a terrifying specter that challenged him to face what lay within. In that crucial moment, Akira chose to stand his ground rather than flee. As he confronted the apparition, it dissolved into pure light, revealing that his greatest enemy had been his own unexamined fear. The path of quantum manifestation demands similar courage. You stand at the threshold of unlimited potential, yet fear often holds you back from claiming your true power. This fear manifests in many forms: doubt in your abilities, worry about the unknown, or anxiety about your worthiness to receive abundance. Yet, like Akira, your greatest strength emerges when you face these fears directly. The quantum law responds not just to your thoughts and intentions, but to the courage with which you hold them. When you approach your desires with boldness, the universe mirrors this energy, creating pathways where before there seemed only obstacles. This courage must come from within, not from the absence of fear, but from your willingness to move forward despite it. Consider how the quantum field exists in a state of infinite possibility until observed. Your courage to maintain a clear vision, even when circumstances appear challenging, collapses these possibilities into your desired reality. Like a master sculptor who sees the finished masterpiece within the raw stone, you must hold unwavering faith in your vision. In the valleys below the mountain peaks lived a healer named Maya. Though gifted in her art, she feared the depth of her own power. Each time she approached a difficult case, shadows of doubt would whisper of failure. One day, while gathering herbs, she encountered a wounded eagle. As she reached out to heal it, her fears rose up like storm clouds. But in that moment she chose to face them, acknowledging each doubt before letting it pass like leaves on the wind. As she worked, her power flowed freely for the first time, and the eagle soared again. Maya discovered that her fears, once confronted, transformed into stepping stones toward greater mastery. Quantum courage practice, and take a quiet moment with paper and pen. Draw 2 columns. In the first, write your deepest fear regarding manifestation. Perhaps it's unworthiness, doubt in the process, or fear of disappointment. Let yourself be completely honest. In the second column, you'll transmute each fear through the lens of quantum truth. If you wrote, "I'm not worthy of abundance," transform it to, "I am a natural channel for universal abundance." If you wrote, "My desires are too big," reframe it as, "The quantum field holds infinite potential for my dreams." Now close your eyes and visualize yourself standing before your fear, just as Akira faced his specter. Breathe deeply and declare your transformed truth aloud 3 times. Feel the power of your voice as it reverberates through your being. Let this new vibration replace the old frequency of fear. Repeat this practice whenever you feel fear arising, remembering that courage grows stronger with each confrontation. Chapter 26: Higher Purpose and the Quantum Path. In a distant land where ancient forests whispered secrets of the ages, a pilgrim named Sarah wandered in search of meaning. Though she had studied with masters and gathered wisdom from far-off lands, an emptiness echoed within her heart. One night, as she rested beneath a towering oak, she witnessed a magnificent display of fireflies. Each tiny light danced its own unique pattern, yet together they created a symphony of illumination that took her breath away. In that moment, Sarah understood, just as each firefly contributed its distinctive light to the greater tapestry, she too carried a unique spark meant to illuminate the world in her own way. This revelation led her to share stories with children in villages she passed through, and soon she discovered that her words awakened something in their hearts. Her true calling had found her when she stopped searching and started being. The quantum field pulses with infinite possibility, yet within this vastness, you possess a unique frequency, your divine purpose. This purpose is not merely a career or role, but the very essence of who you are meant to be. It is the point where your deepest joy meets the world's greatest need, where your individual light contributes to the universal dance of creation. Your purpose flows naturally from your being like water seeking its course. When you align with this purpose, the quantum field responds with unprecedented support, opening pathways and attracting opportunities that serve both your highest good and the greater whole. This alignment creates a resonance that amplifies your manifestation power, for you are now moving in harmony with the universe's own creative force. In a humble village lived a teacher named Kai, who discovered that his gift lay in awakening others to their own potential. Though he could have sought grander positions in distant cities, he chose to remain, knowing that his purpose was to serve as a catalyst for transformation in his community. As he taught with genuine joy and dedication, the village began to flourish. Children discovered their talents, adults rekindled forgotten dreams, and the community transformed into a beacon of possibility. Through Kai's example, others found the courage to embrace their own calling. Quantum Purpose Alignment Practice. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Light a candle, symbolizing the eternal flame of purpose within you. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to carry away societal expectations and imposed limitations. On a blank page, answer these questions with your first unfiltered responses. What activities make you lose track of time? When do you feel most alive and energized? What gifts do others consistently recognize in you? What would you do if all paths were open to you? Now close your eyes and imagine your energy as a unique color or frequency. See how this energy naturally flows into the world, touching others' lives. What form does this taking? What effect does it have? Write down the insights that arise, knowing that your purpose often reveals itself in these moments of quiet reflection. Return to these writings daily for a week, allowing your purpose to emerge naturally, like a flower opening to the sun. Chapter 27. The Art of Surrendering to the Divine Plan. In the heart of an ancient valley, a river began its journey high in the snow-capped peaks. As it descended, it encountered countless obstacles, boulders, fallen trees, and narrow passages. Yet instead of fighting against these challenges, the river simply adapted its course, flowing around what it could not move through. When the way seemed blocked, it would gather quietly in pools until finding new paths forward. Never did it struggle against its nature or try to flow uphill. Through this surrender to its essential nature, the river carved magnificent canyons, nourished fertile valleys, and eventually merged with the vast ocean, achieving far more than if it had fought against its destiny. The wisdom of surrender holds a power greater than any force of will. When you release your grip on how things must unfold, you open yourself to possibilities beyond imagination. The universe operates through an intelligence far vaster than human understanding. By surrendering control, you align with this greater wisdom. Consider how a leaf falling from a tree does not plot its course to the ground. It simply releases its hold and allows the wind to carry it precisely where it needs to go. In the same way, your deepest desires often manifest most beautifully when you loosen your grasp on the outcome. This surrender is not passive resignation but active trust. It requires the courage to release your limited vision of how things should be, making space for the universe to reveal its greater plan. When you surrender, you step into the flow of divine timing and infinite possibility. In a quiet village lived a young poet named Maya, who struggled to create, forcing words onto the page through sheer determination. Her verses felt rigid and lifeless until one day, exhausted from trying so hard, she simply sat in her garden and watched the wind dance through the flowers. As she relaxed her grip on needing to write the perfect poem, something shifted. Words began to flow through her naturally, like water finding its course. The poems that emerged held a beauty and truth she could never have crafted through effort alone. By surrendering to inspiration rather than trying to control it, she discovered her authentic voice. Sacred Surrender Practice. Find a peaceful spot near flowing water, or if none is available, light a bowl of water to represent flow. Take 3 deep breaths, feeling yourself soften with each exhale. On a small piece of paper, write down one desire you've been holding tightly to, one outcome you've been trying to control. Hold this paper in your cupped hands and speak these words. I release my need to control this outcome. I trust in the wisdom of the universe to bring forth what serves the highest good. I surrender this desire to divine timing and infinite possibility. If near water, release the paper into the flow. If using a bowl, dissolve the paper in the water, watching your attachment dissolve with it. Close your eyes and feel the lightness that comes with surrender, knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you. Chapter 28. Embodying Abundance and Infinite Possibilities. A humble villager lived in a small mountain settlement where resources were scarce. Each morning, while others bemoaned their limited means, he gazed upon the vast expanse of mountains and saw infinite possibility in every direction. Where his neighbors saw barren rocks, he envisioned gardens. Where they saw empty spaces, he pictured abundance flowing. Day by day, he began transforming his modest plot of land. He collected seeds from wild plants, nurtured the soil with patience, and shared his harvests freely. His neighbors watched in wonder as his garden flourished against all odds. Soon his abundance attracted birds who brought new seeds and insects that enriched his soil. His generosity inspired others to share their own resources, creating a cycle of endless giving and receiving. The universe operates through an eternal law of abundance. Just as nature never holds back its gifts, the sun never rationing its light, the air never withholding its breath, you too exist within this infinite flow of prosperity. Your thoughts shape the lens through which you perceive abundance. When you recognize that limitation exists only in thought, you open yourself to the boundless possibilities that surround you. Every circumstance, even those appearing scarce, contains seeds of abundance waiting to bloom. Your role is to cultivate awareness of this infinite potential. As you align with this truth, you naturally attract more of what you seek. The universe mirrors your inner state of abundance, manifesting opportunities, resources, and connections that support your vision. The key lies in maintaining unwavering faith in abundance, even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. By holding steady in this knowing, you become a channel through which prosperity flows naturally. Your thoughts, words, and actions begin to reflect this truth, creating a magnetic force that draws abundance toward you. In a distant kingdom lived a young prince who initially hoarded his wealth, fearing its depletion. His royal chambers overflowed with unused treasures, while his kingdom struggled. One day, watching a stream flow endlessly from a mountain spring, he realized the folly of his ways. He began sharing his wealth freely, investing in his kingdom's growth and well-being. To his amazement, the more he gave, the more abundance flowed back to him through unexpected channels. His kingdom prospered and its wealth multiplied as the spirit of generous sharing spread throughout the land. This tale mirrors your own journey with abundance. When you release the grip of scarcity thinking and embrace the flow of giving and receiving, you align with the natural order of unlimited possibility. Sacred practice, the abundance recognition ritual. Find a quiet space at sunrise or sunset. Light a candle to represent the eternal flame of abundance. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing yourself to settle into a state of peaceful gratitude. Begin by placing your hands over your heart, acknowledging 3 blessings currently present in your life. Speak them aloud with genuine appreciation. Next, extend your arms outward, palms facing up, symbolizing your readiness to receive. Envision golden light pouring into your hands, representing unlimited abundance flowing into your life. Complete the ritual by bringing your hands together in a gesture of giving, affirming, "I am an infinite channel of abundance. As I receive, so do I give. As I give, so do I receive." Practice this ritual daily for 21 days, allowing your consciousness to shift naturally into an abundance mindset. Chapter 29, Self-Realization. In a time beyond memory, there lived a sculptor whose hands moved with grace through clay and stone. Each day he stood before formless matter, seeing within it infinite possibility. As his fingers worked the raw materials, he noticed a profound truth. Just as he shaped his sculptures, his thoughts and beliefs were shaping the world around him. You possess this same creative power. Like the sculptor who sees beauty in unformed clay, you hold the ability to mold your reality through conscious awareness. The quantum law responds to your deepest beliefs, manifesting your inner vision into tangible form. Every thought you entertain, every emotion you nurture, serves as the chisel that carves your experience. When you recognize yourself as the artist of your destiny, you step into your true power as a conscious creator. This awareness transforms you from a passive observer into an active participant in life's grand design. Your creative force flows through 3 channels: thought, emotion, and action. When these align in harmony, you become an unstoppable force of manifestation. Like the sculptor who must first envision his masterpiece before touching the stone, your clear vision precedes physical creation. Consider the tale of the visionary who transformed barren land into a flourishing community. He began with nothing but an unwavering image in his mind. Others saw only empty fields, but he perceived gardens, homes, and gathering places filled with joy. As he held this vision steady, sharing it with passion, others began to see through his eyes. His clarity of purpose attracted those who could help build his dream. One by one, the elements of his vision took form, until what once existed only in thought became solid reality. This story mirrors your own creative potential. When you fully grasp your role as the architect of your experience, life responds accordingly. The universe becomes your canvas, waiting for your conscious direction. The quantum law magnifies whatever you choose to focus upon. As you develop awareness of your creative power, you must wield it with wisdom and purpose. Every moment offers a choice: to create consciously or to let unconscious patterns shape your reality. Sacred practice. The Creator's reflection. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle to represent your inner light of creation. Take 3 deep breaths, centering yourself in the present moment. On a blank page, write these questions. Spend time with each question, allowing answers to emerge naturally from your inner wisdom. As insights arise, record them without judgment. Close your eyes and envision yourself as the master sculptor of your life, See yourself molding your desired reality with confidence and clarity. Feel the power of conscious creation flowing through you. End by speaking this affirmation: I am the conscious creator of my reality. Through my awareness, I shape my world with wisdom and purpose. Practice this reflection daily for 7 days, allowing your identity as a conscious creator to strengthen and expand. Chapter 30. Eternal Growth. In the ancient valleys between towering mountains lived a wise nomad named Amir, whose silver hair and weathered face spoke of countless journeys. Though his reputation for wisdom spread far and wide, each dawn found him rising early, preparing his walking staff and gathering his few possessions to seek new teachings. Those who encountered him often asked, "Why do you continue to wander when you already possess such wisdom?" Amir would smile and point to the vast sky above. "Can you count the stars?" he would reply. "Just as they are countless, so too are the mysteries of existence. Each step reveals new understanding. Each horizon holds fresh truth." You, like Amir, stand upon an endless path of discovery. The quantum law reveals itself in layers, each understanding opening the door to deeper mysteries. As you master one level of consciousness, another beckons you forward, inviting exploration of greater possibilities. The journey of quantum mastery knows no final destination. Each revelation serves as a stepping stone to higher awareness. Each breakthrough illuminates new territories of potential. The universe expands eternally, and so too must your understanding expand. Consider now the tale of Maya, who devoted her life to studying the sacred texts in an ancient temple. Though she had memorized countless volumes and could recite wisdom that spanned ages, she approached each day as a new beginning. When others proclaimed her a master, she would shake her head and say, "I am but an eternal student of life's infinite wisdom." One morning, a young disciple found Maya sitting before a simple flower, studying it with the same intensity she gave the most complex teachings. "Why do you examine something so basic?" the disciple inquired. Maya's eyes sparkled as she responded, "In this single bloom lies the wisdom of creation itself. Each time I look, I see something I missed before. True wisdom lies not in believing we know all, but in maintaining wonder at what we have yet to discover." Sacred practice, the infinite path. Find a quiet moment at the start of each week. Light a candle representing the eternal flame of wisdom. Take 3 deep breaths, centering yourself in the present moment. Create a journal dedicated to your quantum evolution. On the first page, write, "My journey of understanding is infinite." Each week, reflect on these questions. Record your insights and set 3 specific intentions for continued growth. These might involve: end by placing your hand over your heart and speaking these words: "I embrace the eternal journey of expansion. Each day brings new wisdom. Each moment offers fresh understanding." Conclusion. In the infinite dance of creation, you now stand at a gateway, not an ending, but a threshold to greater possibilities. The wisdom you have uncovered through these pages represents not a destination, but the first steps on an eternal path of quantum mastery. As the morning sun casts new shadows with each dawn, so too does the quantum law reveal fresh dimensions of truth with every exploration. You have learned that reality flows from consciousness, that your thoughts and feelings weave the fabric of experience. Yet this knowledge, profound as it may be, serves as merely the foundation for deeper understanding. Think of the vast ocean, its surface reflecting countless stars while concealing untold depths below. Similarly, the principles you now grasp, hint at endless layers of possibility waiting to be discovered. Each manifestation you create opens the door to greater mastery. Each realization plants the seed for expanded awareness. You are both student and creator, forever learning while simultaneously shaping reality through your evolving consciousness. The universe itself grows through your growth, expands through your expansion. As you step into each new day, carry this truth. Your journey with the quantum law has no final chapter. Let wonder be your companion. Approach each moment as an opportunity to discover new aspects of your creative power. When you witness manifestation in your life, know that even greater possibilities await. When you experience synchronicity, recognize it as an invitation to explore deeper connections with universal intelligence. The ancient masters knew this truth, that true wisdom lies not in reaching an endpoint, but in maintaining an eternal openness to growth. You now join their ranks, not as one who has completed the journey, but as one who embraces its infinite nature. Your relationship with the quantum law will continue to evolve, revealing new dimensions of possibility as your consciousness expands. Each breakthrough becomes a stepping stone to higher understanding. Each achievement opens the door to greater potential. Live in reverence of this endless unfoldment. Let each day be a fresh page in your ongoing story of creation. The universe delights in your discovery, celebrates your continuous expansion. You are its student, its creator, its eternal explorer. The power you now hold to shape reality, to manifest desire, to align with universal forces, represents not the culmination, but the foundation of your quantum journey. Step forward with confidence, knowing that infinite possibilities await your discovery. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.